Hello everybody, happy Thursday. So much noise, so much to talk about. Tesla at the time of this recording is down 9%, but I'm doing a lot of diligence to ensure that the long-term fundamentals of Tesla are intact and to really test to see if there's really a demand problem or if there's anything else that's hurting the core story of Tesla. Let's get started. News came out about an hour ago from the time of this recording. Sawyer Merritt on Twitter, shout out Sawyer. News, Tesla files permits for more work at Giga Texas. Construction will start on December 27th. 2022 for a ground up and complete interior finish out of the EV manufacturing facility. The project covers 174,000 square feet and will cost $58 million based on permit. And so the signal I'm getting from these news is that I doubt a company would be investing into its growth if it felt uncomfortable about the prospects of that growth. And so Giga Texas's production ramp is still continuing either for Model Y or any new products. The second piece that I'm thinking through is that Elon Musk did sell quite a bit of stock this year. He sold upwards of $40 billion worth of Tesla stock, but there's one core principle that's very important that's tied to him being able to sell these shares. The Securities Exchange Commission, or the SEC in the United States, has a very strict no trading on material non-public information. An insider should never trade the company's stock while you are in possession of material non-public information about the company. So what this implies is that when Elon Musk was selling shares about 2 weeks ago, maybe a little bit longer than that now, he wouldn't have been able to sell those shares by law if he had some sort of data point that said what I'm telling you guys in public is actually changed, especially for the negative. And the two key statements that were made at the last quarter is that there is a restatement of 50% growth year over year on average, and that Q4 was going to be epic. Now, of course, epic is subjective. Nobody really knows what that is. Not to mention that Elon Musk once again has come to Twitter and said this is a buying opportunity. Believe him or not, if he has indeed sold shares, but he had some sort of material information that would tell the investors, hey, our company is performing worse than we actually told you, then he would get in really serious trouble. And so this is another signal that tells me that the trajectory of the company is intact. Next, again, from Sawyer Merritt on Twitter, seems like he's always on my channel nowadays. News, according to a new report, Tesla will be building a new factory in Nuevo León, Mexico. And they say the news is expected to become public in early 2023. Milenio says that the plant will be installed to the west of the municipality of Santa Catarina. So again, as the first point, would Tesla invest in growing its business if it was unsure about the prospects of the growth? This is another signal that tells me that Tesla's trajectory is intact. Now, on the flip side, news broke last night that Tesla is lowering its price across the board by $7,500. As you know, the Inflation Reduction Act is kicking in January 1st in the United States, which gives every single EV buyer up to $7,500 in EV tax credit. And here comes Sawyer again with the new $7,500 discount in the US for people who take delivery by the end of this year. Their rear-wheel drive Model 3 effectively now starts at $39,490, factoring the 10,000-mile free supercharger Tesla is giving, and that's another $1,000 in savings roughly. Let's give a little bit more nuance to this story. And for the Model Y long range, including the $7,500 discount, the starting price is still 19.4% above where it was in March 2021. $49,000 starting price. In late December 2022, it's a $58,000 starting price, including the new end-of-year $7,500 discount. And so I view this in two ways. One, the Model Y is still quite well positioned from a margin perspective to do extremely well, especially going into 2023. Knowing that the $7,500 credit in the US is going live in January, this is probably a preparation by Tesla to ensure there's no real gap between now and the end of the year, knowing that buyers are probably waiting for that discount to kick in come January. On the flip side, though, this also means that come January 1st, if Tesla doesn't need to cut additional prices, Tesla will receive those $7,500 back, essentially, as pure profit to the business, which could be a huge boost to earnings, but we'll have to wait and see until Q1 2023's earnings to actually confirm this statement. Now, as far as some of the potential divisive tweets that Elon has been having on Twitter and some of the noise surrounding his personal brand, Robert Scoble on Twitter, demand problem at Tesla in liberal quote-unquote Silicon Valley. I have never seen so much activity at the Fremont factory store in California. And this was posted roughly an hour ago at the date of this recording. And so this is just a very, very small data point that tells me that, hey, even though there's a lot of noise, there are people buying Teslas. There are people going to service centers. There are people going to stores, even in a place that subjectively could be called quite liberal. Some of the fears that I'm hearing from a lot of the Tesla investors is that, hey, Elon taking one side or being perceived as taking one side is going to be a huge detriment to the Tesla brand and people's ability to purchase the cars. But this is a data point that's potentially counter to that statement. In addition, going down the line of Elon Musk potentially being a toxic brand or a brand that could impact Tesla, Mr. Beast, the largest YouTuber in the world, asked earlier today, can I be the new Twitter CEO? Of course, Elon replied, it's not out of the question. I had to retweet it. And additionally, Marques Brownlee, who has the YouTube channel MKBHD, I highly recommend you check that out. He also runs an auto review channel called Autofocus. And 2 days ago, he published this video, Tesla Model S Plaid Owners Review, Things I Love and Hate. And in the description, he said, there are things I love and hate about this car, but ultimately it's my favorite daily driver after 30,000 miles. This video was posted 2 days ago. And so the signal I'm getting from this is, would Marques, who has over 16 million YouTube subscribers, and Mr. Beast, who has over 122 million subscribers, can you help me get a little bit closer by subscribing? At least like the video, thank you. Love you. Would these folks actually be willing to, say, associate themselves with a toxic brand if there really was something very, very bad happening with Elon Musk as the individual? This is a signal that tells me that a lot of the concerns and the noise is potentially very, very much in our bubble. And as I try to talk to random people and try to talk to people from different political backgrounds, it does seem like this concern around Elon potentially being a drag on Tesla's brand and Tesla sales is likely not impactful, especially in a world where a lot of these concerns are primarily US politic driven, and the fact that you have large discounts kicking in January 1st. I really think as it stands right now, this has no impact on Tesla's long-term trajectory, but I will continue to monitor Elon Musk's tweets on Twitter. And then lastly, as of 2:45 p.m., as you heard at the beginning of the video, Tesla stock is down to $124, down 9.5% at the time of this snapshot. This implies a trailing 12-month PE of about 39, which is the first time Tesla has ever gone below 40 PE in the history of the stock. And with a forward price earnings of 17, on expected $23 billion of earnings for next year on about 2 million deliveries. And so my question becomes, is it fair to value Tesla stock at a 17 forward price earnings ratio when a lot of the signals say, at least from my research, that the growth story of Tesla is intact, that the profitability of Tesla is potentially intact, that some of the brand damage concerns, although it definitely impacts a subset of the population, does it actually impact the fundamental story of the company? And of course, we're not talking about Tesla Energy. We're not talking about Tesla full self-driving. We're not talking about the Cybertruck, any new products that come along. We're not talking about Tesla Bot. And so there's a lot of variables still at play that get lost in a lot of the noise that's happening short term. And so the question for me is a PE of 17 a fair valuation for Tesla given all its growth and all the different businesses it's working in? And if so, is the market missing out on one of the best opportunities for 2023? And so obviously that's not for me to decide. The market will do whatever it wants, especially in a bear market. And ultimately, it's your decision to decide what you want to do with this situation. My ultimate goal is that I'm being helpful in your research and that these are valuable data points for you to make your own decisions. Let me know in the comments what you think. What do you think about the current valuation of Tesla? Are you afraid about some of the demand fears, some of the brand damage? How do you think a potential recession is going to cause demand issues for Tesla? What about the Fed rates? There's so many things to talk about. Please leave a comment below. If you'd like to talk about this and many other topics, consider supporting the channel through Patreon or right here through YouTube. You'll have access to my private Discord where I'm building a super awesome community that I'm extremely proud of. And you're also noticing that I'm wearing a shirt that says Embrace Gray. And a lot of people are probably like, what is he, a 50 Shades of Grey fan? No, never read the book. My wife has, I think. But really, this is the mentality that I'm embracing during this time. There's a lot of noise. There's a lot of craziness. There's a lot of extreme thinking here. Oh my God, Tesla is going to collapse. But in reality, the world is gray. There's a lot of nuance. There's a lot of in-between things that we have to sift through and really discover. And this is what inspired me to make this shirt. So if you like the shirt and you like to support the channel, consider purchasing this shirt using the link in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was helpful and we'll see you in the next one. Mwah! Happy Thursday, everybody. Take it easy. Bye-bye.